Hey modders, welcome back to ModifedRoll. Don't forget we're sponsored by DM Dice. Check out the link to their website in our description, or head over to dmdice.co.uk and use the code ModifedRoll for 10% off all purchases. In the last episode, the party regaled the tavern and all who would listen about their adventures in the Lich's Tomb. Then, after a night of revelry and celebration, they settled down for the night, and were met with some more strange dreams. We rejoin them now the morning after as they do their final preparations for the Harvest Festival celebrations. In this, episode 25 of Season 2 of ModifedRoll, All Scrubbed Up. Dawn breaks on the morning after your return. You've had an incredible evening with all of the patrons buying you drinks and reveling in the story that you told. And you've all had your own dreams and encounters in the night. But the sun rises, it filters through the cracks in the shutters and the windows, and you awaken. Maybe not quite so fresh, which seems to be a recurring theme now, but you guys are awake the next morning. What would all of you like to do?
That early morning routine, get up, do some squats, keep that booty looking fine, head on down for some breakfast.
Have you only one getting weird dreams lately?
You saying that just to me?
Yeah. Well, I think we're in the same room, so...
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've always had sort of odd dreams, but I had one which recalled the fight almost perfectly, but there were aspects of it which were it's just hard to describe. But
the Lich fight?
The Lich fight, yes.
Yeah, I had a similar experience. Well, that's how it started anyway. But in mine, after that, I was taken back to that assassin. And, I'm feeling some kind of pull towards that, but I don't know what that's all about.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed waking up today a lot more than I did that night, so...
Yeah. That's understandable,
An assassin jumps in and stabs you in the chest.
At least you're in one piece this morning.
Absolutely, and refreshed and ready for the day.
Yes.
Shall we head down to get some breakfast?
We may as well. A long day, it sounds like.
After the amount of drinks you guys would have had last night, I think refreshed and ready is probably not the optimal words here, but we'll gloss over that.
A lot more refreshed than,
Sinclair's dream wasn't particularly bad.
No, I just mean you guys would have been drinking a lot last night. Unless you were abstaining from the drink, you guys will have a hangover.
It's just a little lie you tell to yourself, isn't it, when you have a hangover? That's what he's doing.
I don't have hangovers.
Sinclair's refreshed. He doesn't have a throbbing headache.
Let's get some refreshing food to help with this refreshing morning.
Yeah, he doesn't have the light sheen of sweat. He's glowing.
Yeah, absolutely. Glowing with the light palor.
It's just the shine of my ruby,
What about next door? What would Giliana and Twilight be doing when they woke up?
Twilight, what? I think I'm going to be vegetarian now. Yeah.
Oh my god. Was there sheep in your dream too?
Yeah, was there sheep in your dream?
Yes.
Are you going to be a vegetarian as well?
I think I already was, but I don't know what you mean.
Can I also just remind you, part of the sheep in your dream were actually just Giliana dressed in that sheep onesie?
Yeah, she's thinking of that. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to be vegetarian in this society. I was going to say D&D world, that doesn't make sense. Because all we kind of eat is meat and broth.
Yeah, but what about bread and cheese?
I would actually say having especially with elves and stuff, you probably would have grown up in a society where being vegetarian wasn't weird, because obviously a lot of your... Well, this is more for Giliana, because obviously with her living in an elven, not commune, but elven city, it's a lot more intertwined with the forests and stuff. I would say Twilight, with you living in an observatory in the middle of nowhere, meat probably wasn't super common for you either. It probably would have been a bit of a treat for when you were living there. So Obviously, when you guys are traveling, game meat is probably going to be like your staple, but there's no reason you couldn't make preparations and try to be veggie on the travel.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to join you. Cheese and bread it is. We'll be like fancy. Be like, oh no, just cheese and bread for me.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And a bottle of wine.
Meanwhile, we're stuffing our face with meat.
To be fair, my mum has wanted me to be vegetarian for like years, but I mean, technically, I probably was vegetarian, but I was a bit of a rebel. So
Yeah,
I
you've
did
got that
just go
like
and eat
hunting
meat.
game.
Yeah,
Robin
I
Hood
mean,
vibes,
don't get it twisted. I definitely was not hunting for my own food. Like, I was going to the local meat on a stick shop, you know.
Kebab shop.
Yeah. The old kebab shop.
Not like Turkish kebabs on a stick.
But yeah, so yeah, let's make a pact from here on out. Bread and cheese diet. Probably some
Let's do
vegetables.
it.
Actually, we should probably definitely
Yeah, we could just have the broth.
Just bread and cheese.
bread, cheese, fruit. Oh, grapes. Oh, soup.
Ooh, grapes are good.
From next door. Meat.
A good hearty breakfast.
Pinky swear?
Pinky swear.
Okay, well, pinky swear.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make a sound effect there, like twinkling noises.
Gilliana lifts her finger up and is wiggling it at Twilight's face.
Twilight will very excitedly do a pinky swear.
Ow.
Is that little
Chill.
is that little dragon just watching all this going on? What are they
The
doing down
dragon's
there?
not woken up yet. Like if you listen, you can hear a very like meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 as he's sleeping in the rafters.
Shall we go find breakfast?
Yeah, vegetarian breakfast.
Woo!
You all convene downstairs, and obviously some of you pretending to be in a much better state than you probably are. But you can order your food, whatever food you would prefer. They will bring you breakfasts to match. And while you're waiting for it to be brought out, is there anything you guys want to like cover between yourselves, or are you guys just going to have your breakfast and then go about your day?
So do we want to go over our plan for today?
Yeah, what are you doing today, actually?
Relax, isn't it? That's the plan for today.
Yes, we do have to. Maybe we could go to like the spa or something.
I see. Get ourselves nice and ready for this party.
To be fair, guys, when was the last time we had a bath?
Too long.
Sniffs his pit. Too long.
When was the last time we actually relaxed?
Too long.
True.
So before we met?
Yeah.
And I mean,
I'm going to point out we have we've had 2 episodes of you guys going to a pub and inventing a dance.
When have we relaxed without drink? Maybe we are. Maybe we're too. You know what? So okay, actually, me and Twilight decided we're now not eating meat. We're on a detox. So maybe we should like just detox fully and not have any alcohol as well. Imagine how good we'll feel.
I mean,
I don't know if I can join you on that.
that's a big commitment. Now I know following Paylaw's a big commitment, but giving up ale now that's something else entirely.
I've worked my way up through the monasteries and whatnot, but
you
really no alcohol whatsoever.
I mean,
are we starting this today, or are we going to do this after the party? Because I suspect that Jason and all the others will probably want to have a few drinks.
We'll be standing out like a sore thumb if we're not drinking anything.
well, I'm sure they do mocktails or like.
I also like the 2 people whose whole like class and
Hilarious
Yeah.
that the monk is like, I can't get through a day without a stiff drink.
and the paladin of the god of light is like, no, I'm not giving up my drink.
One of the best perks of being following the god of harvest is using his harvest, the greatest harvest of all, the barley.
You know what? You have a point over there.
Yeah.
You have a point.
Mm-hmm.
Theological debate 1.
And you know what? I'm not going to argue with Paladin. So
We can start, as I say, we start after the party. I'll do it then.
Okay, after
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
No, I heard the words after the party. Okay.
Okay,
I'm not agreeing to anything.
This is our last night of getting absolutely shit-faced for a while at the party.
The party's tomorrow.
Tomorrow night at the party.
So we get shit-faced tonight and tomorrow.
Get shit-faced tonight and tomorrow. Exactly, Kazizel.
Make the most of it.
Just as a reminder, if maybe not everyone, but Sinclair at least has to be up with the pre-dawn to do the ceremony tomorrow. So
yeah, and that dawns on him. Actually, I've got to be up stupidly early in the morning. Not
what
tonight.
have you signed up for now?
I probably didn't tell you this. I've been invited by the group of the Church of Paylor here in the city to help with the blessing to start off the festival.
Oh.
Wow.
I think I vaguely remember that, yeah.
And actually, while I'm thinking about it, Twilight, I was wondering whether you would be willing to join me for a little bit and just say a couple of words to whoever's there, just only because, Selune and Paylor have this, you can't have the harvest without the moon and the sun. So I thought it might be a nice...
I would be
Coming
honored.
together.
I will absolutely take this oath with me. Yes, I'll come. It's fine.
Sinclair will salute you.
I think I'll just tag along and just observe just the rituals that you go through for this, because I'm interested.
I'd love it if you all came along.
I'll come.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll make a day of it.
Yes.
as you guys are having this discussion and agreeing that everyone is going to be getting up at like 4 a.m, the door to the tavern opens and in steps a relatively young lad, fairly well dressed for someone his age. You would expect to be walking about this part of the city. He looks around and spots your table, and he approaches all of you with a note, and he says, are you the adventuring group that Lord Fennec has provided the clothing for the party for?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And he sets a little card down on the table that says, I just want to let you know that my master has sent his regards and to let you know that the clothing you have ordered is ready for collection. And you can see on the card it has the name of the shop and its address in the city. If you'd like to come anytime in the next hour or so, anytime after the next hour or so, they will be ready for collection and for final fitting to ensure that they are to your size.
Thank you so much. And Gilliana's going to grab the little thing off the table and like look at it. Is it shiny?
No, it's fancy. Like it's just like a white card. It's not like a business card because they wouldn't have business cards, but just like a little square piece of vellum with like the location, because obviously this person knew that you didn't know where this place was, so he was just giving you the name and address. But when you pick it up, the young lad sort of bows slightly and he heads back out the door. Before
he goes, Sinclair quickly grabs him by the shoulder, slips a silver into his hand. We'll see you later. Off you go.
Thank you very much, sir. And he heads out the door.
Oh my god, flash him the cash.
I mean, you have it now.
That's a good point. We haven't divided the money.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
As much as did somebody write down what you were given?
No.
I remember 30,000 gold. That's what.
Yeah,
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus the 10,000 from the other job as well.
Yeah.
Really wish somebody had written that down.
And all the platinum that we just found,
on the way there and back. A trail there, trail back.
I have no money, so this will be very useful.
Same.
I mean, it'd be very useful if I can find out how much you were given.
We did get paid double. I have a note about us being paid double.
I have a thing about here, 2,000 gold divided by 4, so like 500 each, I think it was. I think that was for both jobs combined.
I just have ointment written circled, so that's very useful.
Do you know what? We'll say that. We'll say it was 500 each.
Woo!
You guys are level 4. It's not going to break the bank.
Get lit.
We're getting shit-faced.
Oh god, I'm looking good.
So with that said, 500 gold each. Is there anything else you guys would want? Anything you'd want to pick up today? Any shops you would want to visit?
No, I genuinely do want to go, like, for a bath or something.
Yeah, I think it
would actually do us some good to
like
clean up for the night.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you ask the bartender, who was Ethert, the copper dragonborn, he'd be able to direct you to the bathhouse in the city. So there's going to be like a fairly large bathhouse that, except they could offer you just like what would you call it? Just a bucket bath here. As if they have like a bathtub here, but it's one of those big like wooden ones, and it's just like a singular one that the customers would use. But there is a bathhouse in the city that's been specifically built for people in the city to go in and have a proper bath. In a city like this, it's not going to be a full-on spa, but it is going to be one of those ones with like large separated rooms for the men and the women to go in and just bathe and clean themselves.
So it's like an onsen then.
Yeah, more like that.
Guys, the onsen episode, boys. Here we go.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Ethert would have already given you that information.
That's what I thought.
If you guys had asked, he'd have told you where it is and how. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That was really helpful.
Go.
Oh, anything else? Anybody need anything else?
I think so.
Do we want to stock up on a bit of potions or anything just before anything else comes along?
Yeah, I have 1 potion of healing.
Yeah, I have 1 on me. I mean, it doesn't do any harm to just
have a few.
Just have something on us to keep us stocked up.
I don't have any, so that would be useful to have 1.
God, and you're the cleric. Let's go to a shop.
I said the cleric doesn't need potions; they have spells.
No, I don't use the spells on myself, do I? I'm selfless.
I have the power of God on my side.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
I have a god
we
too.
are going to an onsen, so
I have a god too. He's just asleep.
Am I the only one that doesn't have a god? I feel left out.
We could rectify
you could have worshipped an elven god.
Nah.
Like, nothing's stopping you. I don't imagine Giliana was much of the church type.
I am a god.
What are you the god of?
Temple, worship me.
Sheep.
You've already visited the alchemist before, which was the Bubbling Vials, which was run by the halfling Seraphil that you met before. She provided you with the health potions that you needed before you set off to take on the Lich's lair.
Giliana will open the door to the alchemist's shop.
Okay, yeah, you've headed into the city, then you've headed to the alchemist, yep.
Is there a bell?
And you've got... sure, why not? Ding-a-ling-ling. You head in, you see the halfling, who I believe I described as being heavily tattooed the last time you're in, so like just all up and down their arms and all over like visible chest and shoulders and stuff. You see Seraphil.
Hi, Seraphil.
Okay, right here. How'd you get on?
We did really well, actually. We had a really successful run, didn't we, guys?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Those potions definitely came in handy.
Okay, excellent. Glad to hear it.
They did come in handy. So that's why we are here to get more.
Have a nice top up.
Yeah, we live life on the edge, so it's always best to be prepared.
Oh, excellent. So what do you need then? Just some more potions of healing?
Yeah, I think that is all we need, actually. Do we want anything else? No.
I can't think of anything else on top of my head, unless you've got something about you, anything special that you're selling.
No, I think just healing.
Well, I've got some potions. I've got the potions of healing in the back. How many would you be looking for?
How much are they?
I believe there were 50. Yeah, 50 gold apiece.
I might get 2.
Yeah, I might pick up 2 as well.
I'll just have the
4,
one.
5. Any others?
I'll take 1 as well.
6. Perfect. Give me 2 minutes. I'll get them in the back, get them all wrapped up for you. In the meantime, feel free to have a look around. And I'll be back in a moment. And as she heads out, if you guys want to look around, she has in stock currently a potion of climbing, potion of invulnerability, potion of stone giant strength, potion of animal friendship, several potions of poison, oil of slipperiness, or potions of longevity. Actually, the potion of longevity is that's the one I believe I described last time as being like its own little ornate case that you guys would not be able to afford.
Not the longevity next to the lube.
If your erection lasts longer than 4 hours.
That's for a different party.
I kind of want some poison for some reason.
Ooh, do it.
Yeah, so you would know that potions of poison can be used to, like, you know, just directly poison someone, or you can apply them to the blades of your weapons.
What was the oil again?
Oil of slipperiness. I can tell you a little bit about both if you're interested, so...
I will not oil you up because he's so...
Oil up the ass, man.
Damn.
That's his t-shirt. Oil of slipperiness. This thing probably comes with like a little tag next to it that explains what it does. This sticky black unguent is thick and heavy in the container, but it flows quickly when poured. The oil can cover a medium or smaller creature along with the equipment it's wearing and carrying. Applying the oil... I didn't realise this. Applying the oil takes 10 minutes.
Wow.
It has to be applied. The affected creature then gains the effect of the freedom of movement spell for 8 hours.
That's an 8-hour oil.
Yeah.
Damn.
Alternatively, the oil can be poured on the ground as an action where it covers a 10-foot square, duplicating the effects of the grease spell in that area for 8 hours. So essentially freedom of movement or grease. And then potion of poison was the one you were asking about, Giliana. This concoction looks, smells, and tastes like a potion of healing or other beneficial. These ones have a very specific, very clear label on them. It looks like a potion of healing, like almost indistinguishable. However, it's actually a potion of poison, masked by sort of a special illusion that's really built into the alchemy. An identify spell can tell you its true nature. If you drink it, you would take 3d6 poison damage and make a Constitution saving throw, blah blah blah, which causes you to poison. That goes on at the start of your turn. And you also know it's not technically part of the potion, but I treat this like other poisons where you can apply this to your blades, in which case it would act like a normal sort of poison that you put on your blades of your weapons.
Is there a price tag for this oil?
The oil of slipperiness, there is in fact a price tag on it, which is 561 gold.
Oof.
Ooh.
Too much for my pockets.
How much is the poison?
The poisons are listed at 100 gold each.
I'm getting wary. I feel like I really want this poison for this ball.
I mean, it would be useful.
Could have done some wrestling with this.
Oh, yeah, alright, I'll have the poison as well.
Okay, just the one? There are, so we'll say they have multiple bottles of it, so maybe you just want the one?
Yeah, I don't want more than one bottle of poison. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll have to come back to this one later.
Yeah, so I should note as well, unless they drink it, as it's applied to the weapon, it becomes less deadly. It still does more damage and it can cause them to be poisoned. It's just not as severe as when it's drank.
Haha, yeah.
Just in case that affects you.
Someone's gonna drink that motherfucking poison, I'm telling you now. Can't wait.
Nice. Okay, so you're not getting the oil of slipperiness, but you do want the potion of poison. Cool.
Yeah.
When you come back, so when Seraphil comes back in, then they have essentially a 6-pack of health potions for you guys, wrapped up and ready to take away. And she sees you looking at the potion of poison. It's like, something caught your eye then.
Yeah, this potion of poison, I find it very intriguing.
She raises an eyebrow. It's like, yes. No, and she kind of gets a bit closer to you. I don't put them on display, but obviously these, technically a potion, can sort of get away with it. But for people who, I would probably say fight similar ways to you do, I do have some stuff in the back. Actual poisons for applying to weapons and such.
Interesting. Yeah, let me have a look at that as well. That would be interesting.
Okay. She bustles away again and comes back out with like a little vellum case that she like sets on the counter and lifts up. And these have, obviously the potion is the size of a potion bottle, it's something that you could fill your hand. She comes back with several vials and she opens them up and they all have their own little like handwritten label tied around them. And in the case you can see labelled Assassin's Blood, Carrion Crawler Mucus, and Malice.
What is malice?
So, well, she as she like opens this up, she leans in again and says, "Now, I will say the things required to make these are quite hard to come by, so it's a little bit more expensive than the potion of poison. But generally, you don't feed these ones to people. You put them on a weapon and then stab them. Malice. So when you look at the vial for this one, it actually looks like it's filled with. Originally, when you first look at it, it looks like a silvery liquid, but then when you get closer to it, you realize it's actually a very, very fine powder. And she picks it up and like shows it to you and says, "This poison is actually inhaled. If you get close to someone and blow this in their face, then they're going to become not only poisoned but blinded for an hour."
That would be so cool.
So
Wait,
that one.
Breathe out, not in.
That's so sick, though.
The label for that one is indicates that it costs 200 gold. So I've also just realised, because I did say she was going to give you ones that weren't to be drank, so forget the Assassin's Blood. It would have been Carrion Crawler Mucus, Malice, and Oil of Taggart.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming you wanted to explain what those do as well?
Yeah, explain all of them and I will decide.
Yeah. So this, and she holds this up as like this viscous, horrible, like greenish looking liquid, and she says, "This is the Carrion Crawler Mucus. We had to get this from a dead carrion crawler, which is why it's not very easy to come by. But if you manage to get somebody with this one, they're going to be poisoned and paralyzed for a period of time. And then finally, Oil of Taggart. This one you can poison them, and they can also fall unconscious if if they're not as constitutional as others. Then contact with this poison will just cause them to fall directly unconscious."
Interesting.
But the prices for all of those were: Carrion Crawler was 200 gold, Malice was 200 gold, and the Oil of Taggart is 300 gold.
Okay. Or I don't know whether to get the Malice as well.
That's so cool.
It is cool.
And, like, it makes sense for the rogue to...
Yeah. We're quite cash poor. But money's there to be spent. Is it not? Yeah, you can make more money.
Well, just think of it. You're not going to be spending all that money on booze anymore. So.
Oh, exactly. Actually, that is a good point. Yeah. Can I if I buy that and the potion of poison, can you
Carrion Crawler, the one that paralyzes them, or
the
Malice?
Malice.
Sorry, Malice, yeah, and a potion of poison, yeah. So that would have been 300 total.
Yeah. Can you give me a discount on the potion of poison? I'm happy to pay for the rare one full price.
Yeah.
But I've heard, that. We're going to be really good customers to you. And we've already been here once. This is the second time here. And I just think,
I like how you're saying that when you have no idea how long you're going to be in this city for.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Yeah, she doesn't. Exactly, she doesn't know that. But, she looks at the potion of poison they're holding. She looks at the Malice. She looks at the 6-pack of healing potions. Says, "Well, tell you what, you've already bought some healing potions off me. You're buying some more today. So I'll let the 2 of these part for 250. Or no, sorry, what was it? No, it would have been...
Yeah.
My math is very bad. 350.
Yeah.
Went up or down?
No, you went up.
Yeah, it was 300.
Yeah, sorry, 250.
Yeah.
Back to the original.
I was like, it's gone up.
How dare you ask for a discount? Double the price.
Deal at 250. Thank you very much.
Perfect. So you owe her 250 for that, plus the 50 for your healing potion, so 300 total.
Yeah.
Twilight and Cazisel both owe 100, and Sinclair, you just bought one as well, didn't you? Or did you say you didn't need any?
No, Sinclair bought one.
Okay, so 50 gold from you as well.
So 100, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like real life. Get money and then it's gone.
Yeah. As you go to leave, she does put her hand on your arm and says, obviously, don't spread around that you bought those ones here.
Worry not, my darling. My lips are sealed.
Excellent. But with that, you have finished up at the bubbling vials. So I'm assuming you guys are just going to get your clothes sorted then, or is there anything else you'd like to... Or you're going to go to the bath first, aren't you? You're not going to want to try on your clothes while dirty.
No.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, because he didn't say be there in an hour. He said be there after an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea we freshen up before we try on these fresh new clothes. Do you reckon?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
No, we've been down in some creepy crypts. Probably a bit of stink from that is stuck to us.
Smells like death.
Yeah.
Or smells like lich in here.
Smells like death and sheep farm.
Maybe that's where the dreams were coming from.
Yeah, you guys head off to the bathhouse. Now, I would say because it's going to be a stone one, it's more like an old Roman-style bathhouse, something we're probably a bit more familiar with here in the UK, an old Roman-style bathhouse as opposed to like a Japanese onsen where it's all like wooden walls and structure and stuff. It's going to be an old stone one. It's going to be one of these really old-fashioned ones where it's sort of like built down into the ground a little bit so they just have somewhere for the water to collect. It'll be separated for the guys and the gals, and you can... you'll go in, there'll be a place to store your clothes and go and have a bath. There'll be like little fountains of running water. If they're, maybe even say, because Keyrn is like a fairly large city, they probably even have like a heated one and a cold one. So you guys can go
if it's
in
in a
and have
large
hot
mountain
bath.
range, it could have a hot spring.
Yeah. I would say they probably just heat this one like manually because it's it's a fairly large city. They're fairly well off, so it's probably just like one that they heat themselves with like a big furnace. So you guys get to the bathhouse, and like I described, it's a large, squat stone structure with large pillars holding up the ceiling. Fairly airy once you get inside, and like the two sections will be open air where the baths actually are. And when you come in, you're greeted by a couple of attendants who like direct you to where to go. They'll take the clothes away for you and store them safely. You're provided with some, basic towels and stuff for drying off when you're done, and you're sort of directed into these separated baths.
Are there other people in there?
I mean, I would say it's probably fairly early in the morning, so there's probably like one or two other people in. Like, it's not empty, but it's going to be quiet.
What's the etiquette with them bathing? Are they fully stripped off, or have they got, because there's some cultures, that have like, they'll go in with a towel.
I mean, yeah, you'd probably like wear the towel into like the bath, but you would take it off when you're in the bath, I'd imagine. Like,
So you got a wet towel.
This is like pushing... this is like pushing my knowledge of like Roman bathhouses, but I don't think they had an issue with nudity. So
no, I don't.
That's
I think you're
sort of what that's sort of what I'm styling this after. I'm going to assume that once they get into the bath area itself,
Sinclair will stand in front of the pool. He will remove the towel and drop it, and then get in.
There's a gasp in the distance.
Mine's less dramatic. I'll just get in.
I do imagine Sinclair drops the towel. There's a minute, just like a split second where he just stands
there, hands on hips. Yeah, smells the hot steam.
Yeah, big deep.
Everything just hanging out, and then he gets in.
Let it all hang out.
Have it on display for the world to see.
Bro, he's been working that booty. He's got to show it off.
I like that I suggested role-playing this scene. It was just an excuse to talk about your massive dong.
You should know us by now. That's all that this podcast is.
Okay, is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or should we just move on to the bathhouse?
Who's in?
Twilight's gonna come in as Sinclair said, it's like an anime bath episode, so she's gonna try and do the eye sparkles and be like, senpai, and then she's gonna jump in cannonball into the bath. My knowledge of Roman bathhouses is slim, but I'm pretty sure across all cultures, jumping in is seen as a bit rude. So that's perfectly on brand.
Who's in the bath? Who's in our bath, Jordan?
I mean, yeah, probably just a couple of I would say with it being this early days, probably a couple of older women who don't work.
Old
So
ladies.
it's probably just literally you guys and like a couple of old women in the corner, like having a little chat while they bathe, and then Twilight runs and bombs the bathtub, and they're both just kind of like, what?
It's not Home Alone 2. It's fine.
They just get out disapprovingly.
Gilliana is gonna just. Oh God, I don't even know. Did I get splashed? Probably.
I mean, were you in the bath before Twilight or not? Is the question.
I would be just like going to get into the bath. I assume she ran past me.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tile flying in the wind.
Yeah, so like Gilliana would just be like following her like journey with her eyes like, oh no. Are the ladies still there? Did they get out?
No. I imagine they probably like shot a disapproving look, but like they're not going to tell you off.
Yeah, they've paid for the hour. They're not like, wasting that. Okay, I'll like. Gilliana will climb in, you know, like holding up her hand, like, oh, sorry, you know, it's the first time she's ever been to a bath, isn't it, Twilight?
It literally is. Like, I'm used to washing out of a bucket. This is great.
See, she's only ever used a bucket.
I like to imagine you've asked that question and Twilight is just like on her back, just like floating past.
I'm doing that like backstroke where I'm like blowing all water out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known this is what was going to happen.
I'll ask the old ladies, is this the first time you've been to this bath, or do you come here often?
I mean, we tried to come a couple of times in the 10-day, yes. It's nicer than bathing at home.
Yeah, true. It is a nice bath. Do you like, are you from here? Like, or are you visiting or on holiday? Or?
Oh, yes. I know both of us lived in Keyrn all our lives, yeah.
Ah, all your lives? No.
You, assuming you, by the looks of you, adventurers, you just arrived in Keyrn?
Yeah, we've been here. Oh, how long? How long have we been here?
I think 3-4 nights, maybe. Oh, maybe it might be just shy of 5 with the journey into and out of the valley again. So about probably 4 or 5 days, I think, off the top of my head, without doing the math.
Yeah, we've been here like 4 or 5 days. It's really nice here. This is like one of the nicest places I've ever been to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's fine when there's no raids happening. Relatively quiet. Obviously, when we do have the raids on the wall, it can be a bit more energetic around here, and the old one sort of nods along.
Raids.
It's like, yeah. You guys. I think I explained this when you guys first arrived, but like you guys know that on the northern side of
the only
Keyrn,
one who got it explained to them was Sinclair by the 2 merchants, and he didn't pass the information on.
Oh, okay. So
because he already partially knew because of reasons.
Yeah, so that's fair enough. So at the end, you might not know. It's like, oh, yes, you know the wall on the northern end of the city. And yeah, you wouldn't have been able to miss this. Like the northern end of Keyrn, there's like a massive wall that spans the width of the valley. And you would know just from seeing maps and stuff that the north of Keyrn is what they refer to as like well, depending on which part of the country you're in, it has different names for it. But around here, they would call it like the wilds. And it's like a not full-on desert, but it's a much more arid area once you get past the mountain range. And it is like the home of nomadic orc tribes. And it's, so she like explains like, oh yes, occasionally some of the tribes out in the wilds, they'll attack the wall. It's, I believe for some of them, it's like a rite of passage thing. For some, it's just what they do, and that's why Keyrn exists. It was to stop the raids getting down into the wetlands areas. But yeah, so that's why there's such a strong military presence here in Keyrn as well. They're protecting the walls, protecting the city.
Oh, good to know. That kind of reminds me of home. My family are military, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And whereabouts are you from?
I'm from.
See if you remember the name.
I know the name Theraseed, but I can't. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Theraseed. Yeah.
I'm from Theraseed.
Oh, you're a long way from home, dear.
I am. Have you ever been?
Fair journey. No. That's a bit too far for us, unfortunately.
You should go.
Like, you would know Theraseed is a long way away. Like you spent some time traveling before you got here.
I don't know how well traveled these ladies are. They could be. This could be their retirement home for all I know.
been all over the world.
Yeah, you should try and go. It is really fun. It's a really fun place.
They kind of like the other ones were like giggles and like I say giggle, old woman. They laugh. It was like, I mean, you know what? We probably do need to travel a bit more now that we've got the time.
Yeah.
We will certainly look into it.
While you're young, ladies.
They do that little like
Seriously,
wave their hand at you like, oh,
you don't even look a day over like God, what you don't look a day over 80.
These guys are human.
You don't look a day over 80.
They kind of look at you when you say that, and they kind of you see them like the smiles sort of freeze, and they have that like glassy-eyed like sort of moment, and then they realize you're an elf, and they're like,
I'll point at my ears, and I'll point at them, and I'll wink.
Yes,
they probably,
you can tell they're being very that little frosty now.
They probably like the same music that I like.
Probably.
Have you guys heard of the tumbling rocks?
Yes, sure. Yes, actually, that traveling minstrel band. Yes.
What did you say?
Traveling minstrel. I'm assuming
I thought you said minstrel. Still. I was like
minstrel band. The traveling minstrel band.
Minstrels, and I was like,
minstrel with an I. Minstrels. Traveling minstrels.
I was like, interesting.
It's an accent problem with that area.
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I actually went to their very first concert in Thursley.
Oh, and you can see I'm just having to make stuff. I fucking. You seem to do some mental math. It's like, oh, that would have been 30 or 40 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, like really, really recent.
Yeah, again, there's just that moment of like glassy-eyed, having to like recalibrate themselves to what you're saying. Yes, recent. Yes. While that's happening, Twilight, are you still doing the backstroke, or have you like jumped over to listen?
I'm pretending to be a mermaid.
Playing mermaid.
Right. Twilight. Oh, fun. Maddie, you can't just say I'm pretending to be a mermaid. What? Describe
what mermaid in the pool.
I mean, I swam and held my breath a lot. What would you describe?
No way, you don't know what that is. What?
You don't know? Oh my god. Okay. Well, we'll let the listeners decide. I'm playing mermaid. Hop into our Discord and let me know if you know what that is. Okay, after playing mermaid, I'm gonna swim over and just kind of bob next to Gilliana.
You okay?
I'm now sudsing up my hair and washing that out.
Excellent. So, I'm just curious if you're near these guys for this conversation, or are you just like off in a corner doing your
I'm in my
thing?
own world. I'm giving myself a bubble beard. I'm having a great time.
Excellent. Daddy, are you wanting to take that conversation anywhere else, or am I jumping over to the fellas on their side to see what they're doing?
Yeah, no, I think me and you just assume we're having small talk. They're telling me about their best concert. I'm telling them about my best concert. It's that type of chat.
Yeah, with the tumble rocks, was it?
The tumbling
rocks.
Yeah.
Nice. What are the fellas getting up to on their side of the bath? You also playing mermaids?
Oh, no.
Please.
Oh, no.
Far too manly for that.
Now, Sinclair's back there leaning, showing off his rippling muscle, thickly with sweat.
I don't think my gems allow me to be able to swim like that.
No, your gems are a breaker. They make you faster. You're a dragonborn. You're pretty much a crocodile. You probably swim with your thing sideways.
Thing sideways.
I want.
How do we get back on track with this?
Sorry.
Do you know what we do? We leave the bath.
I'll start a conversation.
Only if you want to. Like, we can just leave.
No, I think talking about his major. Just go. Let's just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking leave.
Let's just go. My headphone.
You guys have a lovely bath.
I'm just more relaxed, you know?
Yes. You have they do provide like oils and stuff for doing your like hair and cleaning and stuff. And you guys You finish up on your side. I'm assuming the ladies on their side, unless there is something else you would like to do, also finish up.
Nah, all good.
Bye, ladies. It was lovely meeting you.
And you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your time in Keyrn.
Yeah, see you at Theraseed next summer. Promise?
Yeah, of course, dear. That's the best you're getting out of them.
They
Yay.
seem nice.
They were really nice ladies. Really nice.
Glad to hear.
But you guys head out. You get. You actually find they haven't like fully cleaned, but they like aired out your clothes and stuff while you've been in there and given them like a brush down and stuff. So when you come out, I will say they do charge you like a couple of silver each.
Okay.
Just in case you have any silver thing you
can they have like washed our clothes for more? I feel like that's...
Sure, we'll say for like 5 silver they would give them a wash while you were in there.
I feel like I'm not getting out of the
wonderful.
bath, but I've just paid for to like...
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Cool. So the 5 silver, they've cleaned all your clothes for you. I would say it's like a basic. They've gone in, they've like scrubbed them, and they've dried them over like a fire or something. It's not going to be like detergent type cleaning.
My armor's still like covered in crap and blood, though. I've got to clean that.
I mean, well, I'm assuming you guys haven't worn your armor out, so that's going to be back at the tavern still.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's stinking up the room. That's why we're dreaming weird.
Yeah, the smell of fresh blood. But yeah, you guys head on into the shops. You head further into... I would say you actually went from the merchant district where you were at the Bubbling Vials. You've come away from there to go out to the baths, and you've headed back in now to head to the clothier. And checking the card, the place is actually called the Binding Threads. And when you arrive, it's a very, very formal, well-to-do, sort of extravagant. But it's that sort of level where it's like, it's not gilded in gold and everything, but it is like, good wood makes up the structure of the shop. It's got proper, like, stained glass making up the windows and makes a little sign in the stained glass for the Binding Threads. And you can see in through the window, you can see all of the... Yeah, well, you see like the dressmakers' dummies, the mannequins inside the shop with the clothes like partially assembled on them or some finished pieces. And when you enter the shop, there's a very light tinkling, not like a dong of a bell, but like a ting ting ting. And when you come in, you see a man very well dressed behind the counter, currently laying out and cutting fabric. And when you come in, he says, you would be the adventurers then for Lord Fenwick, yes? And you see this man is an elf.
Yes, we are the adventurers.
Sorry if we took our time with coming over. We decided to, be fresh for today.
Of course, no problem at all. I have all of your outfits ready. If you would just give me a moment, I will have them brought out for you.
Well, thank you.
He disappears into the back, and there's you hear him speaking to somebody else, and the young man who was there before comes out with 2 packages. I say packages, they're not like packaged up to give to you, they're just like stuff that's been put in a parcel, and they're laid out on the counter, and then the man comes out carrying another 2. So which of you guys would like to describe your outfit first? Don't all jump at once.
I'll go first.
Okay. Cazisel, the young lad approaches you with one of the parcels now unwrapped, and on it you can see the clothing they have prepared. He begins pulling it out, and he directs you towards a changing room because they're going to do this last sort of fitting to make sure that everything is pinned and stitched correctly. So whenever you go in, they close the curtain behind you, and you come out a few moments later. Why don't you describe to everyone what your outfit looks like?
So these are robes in a monk sense, but not as loose as the typical monk outfit. It's a lot more tidier, a lot less going on in terms of robes. It's mainly black, but with silver accents going through. It does have a hood, but it's purely just there. It's not for any other purpose. It's just part of the outfit, and that is also with a silver colour, so to speak. And
excellent.
Beyond that, there's not much else to it. It's smaller robes, smarter, but still with the monk status that I am.
Yeah, simple, functional, but nice looking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they bring you out, they have you stand in front of one of the mirrors, and the elf who's behind the counter comes over. and he like checks the fit and everything. He adjusts a couple of bits with some pins before having you take it off, and he says, I'll have these finished up momentarily. We'll just have the rest of your comrades here checked as well, and then I'll have everything ready within a few moments.
Yes, this is great. Thank you.
No problem. He points you back towards one of the change rooms, and you can start taking that off.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Okay, Gliani, yours are brought over to you, unwrapped again, and you see the clothes that have been prepared for you, and they point you towards one of the other changing rooms in the room. And you go in, you put the clothing on, and when you step out, why don't you describe to everyone what they look like?
Okay, so it's like a dress, and it kind of like is fitted at the top and like all the way probably down to about past the waist, and like flares slightly out at the knee, only slightly though. It's not like a mermaid tail dress. It's like elegant and flowy, and it's like a dark green colour, and it has like a silver belt and like silver little straps instead of like the same colour. And then the silver straps like have black like sleeves that are like tulip shaped at the end, so they're like kind of cover the hands. And yeah, it's kind of like, what material? It's like a satin material. It's like a sort of a satiny material with like a sheer sleeve. So the sheer black, it's like sheer black sleeves, and yeah, it's the shiny silver. So all the silver aspects are like shiny. But yeah, she's not loving being in silver, but she's dealing, and the dress is really, really pretty. And it's like got a cowl neck, so it's kind of like ruched at the top, and then kind of has a little bit of a dip. But yeah, are we doing shoes as well? Has anybody else thought of shoes? Or
I thought of shoes, so
okay, and so then she has like a really nice like slipper shoe that's like, we'll go with black with like silver trim around the top where her foot goes, and it has like green flecks, like metallic-y green flecks all around it. So yeah, it's really nice flat slipper because it's practical, just in case, never know what happens, always got to be on guard. Yeah, that's it for Giliana. Oh, and silver jewellery of some sort, but she's a gold jewellery girl, so she's not really thinking about it. But it's like a
I would say with these guys just being the clothier if you want silver jewellery.
But she had, yeah, she had silver, because you've got to be prepared. Like, she knows that she can't mix metals. Like, she's got like a silver one on hand from like back home.
Fair enough. Excellent. Same thing again. He like adjusts a few things, but it's all sort of minor. And he, as you're sort of heading back in to take that off, Cecil's coming out. So Twilight and Sinclair, who'd like to go next?
I can go if you want.
Cool. Twilight,
yeah, by all means.
Yeah, you brought yours. So same thing. You're directed into one of the change rooms to put it on. So when you come out, what does yours look like?
Okay, so it's kind of made out of a gauzy, floaty tulle fabric that's like a dark blue with little gold stars dotted around it. It's a fitted bodice with puff sleeves that are sheer, and then a little belt that looks like the phases of the moon in gold, and then a big kind of puffy skirt, because if she's going to take any opportunity to look like a princess, she's going to. And so it's like loud but not too crazy. It's still quite similar to how Giliana's is like quite streamlined. Hers also, it's not too big, but it's enough that it like looks poofy. And then she has the same tulle fabric draped over her horns, just to, not to hide them, but to kind of almost give a ceremonial paladin of Salune look, and then little gold shoes with stars on them.
Lovely. And then Sinclair, finally, same process again. Twilight's checked and pinned and sent back in, and you brought yours, so you're taking in, changed them. What do yours look like?
Okay, so of course Sinclair telling them that he was a paladin has been made something quite special. He sort of clanks out slightly as you see. One of the things that sticks out first is the decorative like armor plates that's been made, but it's been made out of like pewter or something like that. It's more of a decorative metal. So his legs and his chest are decked out in this decorative armor with a sort of white undershirt and trousers, but like a quite a posh undershirt and trousers.
Mm-hmm.
On around his waist and to his knees, he has a white and gold trimmed. It's almost like a kind of like a battle skirt or a karma, as you'd call it, but it's just made to sort of cover and flow with the armor pieces on the legs, but cover the back of his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then from his shoulders down, he's got two shoulder pads that have been made, which are connected to a red flowing half cloak, which has the symbol of Paylor sewn into the back of it. He also has it's almost like a sword sheath that's been decorated as well, hung from the belt, sort of to show off that paladin status. And then to finish it off, it's topped with a white and gold trimmed tricorn hat.
Lovely.
Excellent. I just love the image of the hat.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It had to be.
They get all this stuff back off you guys. They've like made a few minor adjustments. The guy who was running the shop tells you if you can wait here for a few minutes, or you can come back later in the day. We'll have all of these ready for you. Would you prefer to wait and collect them now, or do you need to attend to anything else for the day?
I can't think of anything else I want to do.
Me neither. I'm happy to just wait here. It's lovely in this shop.
Yeah, they do have the area you've been in is quite a large like foyer at the front. There are like some seating areas, which is where the rest of you would have been waiting while the others were trying on their clothing. So you guys could just wait. The young man will bring out like pitchers of water, so you guys have something to drink while you're waiting. And it will be no longer than an hour, and they'll come back out with the clothes this time, like fully wrapped up in little parcels. And they present them to each of you and say, I hope these are to your liking, and we hope that you enjoy the party tomorrow. I know Lord Fennec was very keen to have these prepared for you in time, so enjoy.
They're beautiful, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. No problem at all. Thank you all very much.
Thank you for your time, yes.
Yeah, and you guys head back to the tavern. With that said, you guys have said there's not much else you plan to do today, so I'm just going to assume it's going to be a day of relaxing, preparing your equipment. So what I want to know is, obviously you've got your clothing, mostly Sinclair. Are you going to wear this clothing for the ceremony in the morning, or are you going to wear your armor?
No, he's going to wear his actual armor of Paylor to the ceremony, because it's more fitting.
Yeah, and then you would change for the party. Cool. Now, just because once the day starts, it's going to be very much a case of whoever goes to the ceremony goes to the ceremony, you'll change and then head to the party. Are you guys planning to take anything with you to the party, having been told with this, by Lord Fennec, you won't be able to bring like weapons into the party?
I'm gonna take my poison.
I mean, I'll just have my axe, but again, that can be hidden in my robe.
Okay. Anyone else planning to hide anything? Bearing in mind, anything you hide, you're going to make checks to hide.
It's not an attempt to hide it for purpose. It's just they're part of the outfit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's on display, they're going to tell you can't take it in. Because you're going to a party on a noble's estate. They're not going to let people other than the guards bring in weaponry.
Can I ask a question? I feel like this is going to come back and backfire on me.
I am gonna hide it in my robes.
I'll just make you make a check and we'll get to it.
I really want, because you know how you said that it looks like a healing potion?
Yes, one of them does just look like a healing potion, yeah.
I kind of just want to swap the things on it so it looks like it if someone took it from me.
So it looks like, so it has like the label of a healing potion?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just take the label off and tell someone it's a healing potion. Like, that's the whole point of to sight. It just looks like a healing potion. You just have to make sure you don't mix it up with your healing potions.
Yeah. Can I put notes on my other ones that say healing potion? Healing potion here.
Yeah, and just take the one off that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And then take it off that one. And then they're pretty easy to hide on my purse. Very small, are they not? The powder small?
Oh, the powder is like in a little vial.
Yeah.
That is like that's an assassination tool. You can absolutely hide that, no problem.
Cool.
I think a potion, though, like from my understanding of a potion, it's something sort of like yay big. We're not talking like a tiny little vial. It's something. There's a reason that rules is written. A potion needs to be like an action to drink. I do bonus action, but it's something you can fit your hand round, not like holding two fingers.
So, but like if it looks like a healing potion.
Yeah, I mean, you can try and discreet it away on your body, and if somebody does find it, you'll just be like, "Oh,
It's a healing
I'm
potion.
paranoid."
Yeah. I'm allergic to seafood.
It's my EpiPen.
Yeah,
It's my EpiPen.
and I have to have it on me. Yeah, it's fine. That's okay.
I have an allergy.
Yeah, I have
If I get caught with my axe, it'll just be a case of, oh, sorry, that's a bad habit. That's just a habit.
Look, I was raised on a mountain. Okay.
I'm used to having an axe on me.
I'm quite charismatic. I think I could get through it if someone asks me.
Yeah, I mean, this is provided someone even catches you with it. Sinclair and Twilight, are you guys planning to try and sneak anything in, or are you guys going without? Bearing in mind, both of you would have your spell casting focus, which Twilight, I believe, was a necklace.
Yeah, mine's a amulet is what I'm going to keep on because it goes with my outfit, bitch. But the rest of all my weapons are my hands. So.
Yeah.
I think Sinclair's is a necklace as well.
Yeah, I think yours was just like a symbol of Paylor on a necklace, wasn't it? So again, you can get away with, so spell casting, unless it's a material component that requires a cost, which I don't think any of you guys. Oh, actually, not level 4. Some of your spells might actually have material cost components.
I'll check.
But obviously, if it does, you just have to sneak in a material component for those. But that's it.
If I can't have my axe, my fists will do the talking.
You are a monk. Your fists and feet are your weapons, and your mouth.
Yes,
your mouth is probably your most deadly weapon.
Weapon.
I have 2 breath weapons.
Oh, speaking of, you're going to have to wear a muzzle.
Damn it. Just arcs of lightning coming from my gems.
What kind of party is this?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, Sinclair's got a light hammer. He'd probably try and hide that under his it's like battle skirt because that would be long enough.
Oh, his hammer.
I think it's karma. I think that's the actual word for it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, man, that guy's really hanging dong. It just swings between your legs. But yeah, that's fine. So you guys spend the rest of the day preparing. Sinclair, I'm going to assume you spend quite a bit of time cleaning and polishing your armor.
Oh yeah, we've got to get the blood off.
I'm assuming the rest of you guys. Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are going to make sure your clothing's all prepared. Those of you who are planning to hide weaponry are going to work out how you're doing that, and you will, that will get you into the evening. You guys, I'm assuming, will have dinner at the tavern, and you will. Those of you who are abstaining from the meat and drink will abstain from the meat and drink. And you guys, I'm assuming, will head to bed pretty early, knowing that you have to be up in the pre-dawn about 4 a.m. to make it out to the church in time. Obviously, those of you who don't... just Sinclair has to be there because he has to be part of the procession. If the rest of you guys want to be there, you just have to be at the farm for the ceremony for, like, dawn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be company.
Cool. So... the night comes and goes. The sun has not quite risen. I was going to say the sun rises. The sun has not quite risen. But with this being sort of very late summer, the sunlight is lighting the sky, even though it hasn't quite breached the horizon yet. And the 4 of you make your way south out of the southern gate to the Church of Paylor. Well, that's it for another episode. Thanks for sticking with us. As usual, I'd like to thank Lixie B and Jeff for the wonderful logo and character art they created for us, the Stormweather Shanty Choir for letting us use their song Drunken Sailor as our theme tune, DN Dice for sponsoring us, and all of our wonderful Patreon supporters who've been helping us out. So just before we jump into the recommended podcast and trailer for this week, this podcast is released right in the middle of the whole OGL fiasco with Wizards and Hasbro, and we're aware we're not massive influencers or massively well-known content creators, but we just want to let our listeners know that We are fully on the side of all of the creators in our phenomenal pastime, our phenomenal hobby, and what Wizards and Hasbro are trying to do with the OGL is wrong. If you've not been reading up on this, a very quick summary: there is a document, a legal document, that allows creators to use aspects of the sort of D&D trademark, a lot of which there's an argument whether or not they could actually get away with enforcing a trademark, but this is a legal document that was written up many years ago and has been in force for a very long time, and Wizards, from what people are coming out with and reading, it sounds like at the coercion of Hasbro are attempting to replace this OGL, this open gaming license, with a new version that would drastically impact creators' ability to essentially to create in this environment. It would be massively detrimental to the hobby. From reading some of the paperwork and notes and emails that have come out alongside this, it looks like part of the reason why is so that they could become the exclusive provider of some of this content and essentially dominate pretty much every aspect of D&D. That's not what made D&D the game it is. It was the people playing the game, the people creating for this game, the amazing writers and designers and artists. So from what was released literally about a few hours before I'm finishing up this recording for this week's episode, there was a statement put out by another member of the Wizards team. That was Kyle Brink, who is listed as an executive producer for D&D, where they said they've heard the feedback, they listed out a bunch of things they're absolutely not going to change, but it looks like they're still planning to go ahead with a new OGL. But this time they're going to do it much like they do with the Unearthed Arcana and the playtest material they did for 1D&D. So I really encourage everyone, check out the D&D Beyond website. A lot of people are cancelling their subscriptions at the minute, which, I'm going to be honest, I don't have one. I bought the books, I use those. I don't have a D&D subscription, so I can't go and cancel mine. But a lot of people are doing so as a way to show their displeasure with the route that Wizards and Hasbro are taking. I fully support that. If you would like to do that as well, I recommend it. But do go onto the website and keep an eye out, because they're going to release this OGL, this new version of the OGL anyway, and allow, well, the community to feedback on it. And I know as soon as it comes out, I will be reading it from first word to last, and I will be giving my open and honest feedback, and I hope everyone will do the same. And if they have put something in this that is going to be detrimental to the creators for all of the wonderful stuff that goes along with this game, I will be voicing displeasure about that, and I hope you will too. That said, that's enough of the drama going on in the hobby. For now, I'd like to give you a recommended podcast, and then we have a promo for the wonderful and brand new Rainbow Dice Club, who have only just started up. They have 2 episodes out, so stick around for that at the end. But our recommended podcast for this week is actually the podcast we had the promo for last week, Potions and Potpourri. I've sat down, I've listened to the first few episodes, I'm really enjoying it. I like that they have very much made it a open concept. You know, I've flicked ahead to get an idea of what to expect, and they have a lot of episodes are talking about the hobby and how they play the game or what they do differently. There are episodes with interviews as well as actual plays, so it looks very interesting. I'm definitely going to be adding this to my continual list, and I will listen to this through, so please go and check them out. That is Potions of Potpourri. Their details will be in the description. And like I mentioned, stick around now. We have a short promo from the guys and gals over at Rainbow Dice Club. But that's it for this week, guys. Thanks very much for sticking with us, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome to Auria, a country that is renowned for research and progress, a country that prides itself on its advancements and achievements, that opens doors to futures that would otherwise remain closed to its populace of diverse and charming people. However, some say that some doors may be better left unopened. When 4 strangers encounter a rogue automaton, they unknowingly begin to unravel tightly kept secrets about their worlds. Armed with little true knowledge, but unfathomable curiosity, these 4 strangers reach out into the unknown. But will they come back from this perilous journey holding the truth? Or will they be holding on to the reality they think they know? Join Ivy, Varys, Alara, and Ziva as they dig into the secrets of Auria and what lies beyond the edge. We are the Rainbow Dice Club, a 5e actual play podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rainbow Dice Club to keep up with all our adventures.